Dum, dum, dum. Are we live? Welcome to another live stream, legends. Let's analyze the price of Bitcoin. I'm sure you're all getting ready for the weekend. I always say, okay, you need to take a break from the charts. And Saturdays are usually those great days to take a break from the charts. But maybe not this Saturday. Or maybe we're going to get the action on Sunday. Something I want to show you guys. As per the thumbnail, it could potentially get crazy, maybe for some of the altcoins, maybe for Bitcoin, who knows. As long as the dominance keeps on shooting here to the upside, the love is still with Bitcoin. And in case you were wondering, no, it is not alt season yet. And although we're seeing crazy price action from most of the meme coins at the moment, I mean, wow, the meme coins are just ripping here to the upside. It is not altcoin season yet. Right? It's still not altcoin season. Dominance is still very bullish here, consolidating at the moment, and we have to wait for dominance to start correcting here to the downside. And I mean, it's not a question of if, it really is a question of when for me. When I look here at Bitcoin dominance on the 12th hour, let's go here onto the weekly time frame. Okay, nothing goes up without coming down, right? When something, anything in the market, when something goes up, it has to come down. When something goes up, it has to at some point come down. And when it comes down, boy, oh boy, are we going to have an altcoin fiesta. So you might be thinking, I'm late for altcoin season. Some of my favorite altcoins has already popped here to the upside. I didn't load my spot bags. Guys, the fun has not started. I can guarantee you guys, the fun has not started. It's only when your dog and your cat and your bird starts buying cryptocurrencies, then you know, okay, maybe I need to start taking profits. That long lost uncle or aunt that you've never heard from in 20 years, when they start phoning you saying, 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽, or whoever, whatever your name is, right? 𝗬𝗍𝘆, do I need to buy my favorite altcoin right now? Okay, then you know, okay, because then this correction most probably already happened, and we are here at the tippy bottom where we're potentially going to get the bounce. That is typically where retail money and everyone and Bob and Uncle phone you after they've never spoken to you in such a long while, right? When they start phoning you to say that, yes, I think I need to start investing in crypto, you know it's time to take profits, okay? That has not happened yet. The euphoria phase in the altcoin section has not taken place. So, right, it's going to be very interesting when that does play out. It's going to be an absolute rampage here to the upside. Let me just take the scribble here out the way. So, legends, in case you were wondering, no, it's not altcoin season yet. And we can acknowledge that this does look very much like a bearish pennant, okay? Any pattern that goes to the upside, okay, is usually a higher probability to break to the downside. Any pattern that goes to the downside, okay, has a higher probability of breaking to the upside. And you know, basic technical analysis is, yes, this looks very bullish here at the moment. We've now broken out of the top of this bearish pattern, but we are facing some resistance here at 62%. And I mean, obvious resistance here at this pivot. If we do smash through this resistance and we still go up at some point, okay, we have to correct. And even if it's a shallow correction, this could still be insane for the altcoin market, for momentum here to the upside. Okay, so let me say hi to the beautiful community. Yes, this is a little bit of an earlier live stream here on a Friday. I've got some plans with the family a little bit later, so I want to do the live stream here, bring you guys the alpha, get ready for the weekend. And as per the thumbnail, why am I potentially so bullish for the weekend? Okay, I have not spoken about this in a while, and there was good reason for it, but I think the reason is now valid. Okay, it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. I mean, it's not guaranteed, but let's see how it plays out. Nicolia, hi Devil, welcome to the live stream. Frank, you retracted your message. Good morning, Devil and Legends. 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽𝗍, hi, welcome to the live stream. Olivier, hi from Poland. Welcome to the live stream. I have some friends from Poland. Irina, as always, welcome to the live stream. Great to see you here. Appreciate your support. You've been here, Irina, if I'm not mistaken, you've been here since the very, very beginning when I just started out my YouTube channel. So thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Anthony, thanks, Devil, for another good education. Really appreciate it. Yes, as always, I do throw a lot of education and trading secrets here into the mix as well. It's not just about buying opportunities. It's not just about where can I buy my next favorite altcoin. Okay, it is about education so that you can learn to fish for yourself and become that successful day trader. Maybe leave your 9 to 5 if that's your aspiration. Yo, Lingas, Bali, yay, weekend pump. It could happen. It could happen. Ajul, Ashil, hi, Mr. Devil. Welcome to the live stream. I do apologize if I do not pronounce your names correctly, okay? There's people here from all over the world, different languages, different accents, different pronunciations. So I do try my best, and some of you have some really, really funky usernames. You see, like Pekka ZW, hi from Holland. Evergreen Online from Bangladesh. Welcome. Yes, I've got people here from all over the world. Lengush, Bali, hi, Devold, welcome. Abram, Devold, welcome. Abdulush, smash the like button, please. Yes, how many likes? 81 people watching at the moment, 26 likes. I know, the bearish looking like button here can do a little bit better, right? We do agree on that. Irina, yes, Devil, even though time has passed, I still feels like it happened yesterday. It does, right? It does. I think I started my YouTube channel last year, November. It's almost a year. And already at 3,300 subs. Let me check here. Round about that zone, 3,300 subs. Let me have a look here. How many subs do I have here on my channel? 3,360. Okay, so still growing. I mean, I never thought in a million years that I would actually start a YouTube channel and bring the education, because I do know that a lot of successful traders, day traders, they don't bother with YouTube. They don't bother with sharing their education. And if they do share their education, they design courses that cost you an arm and a leg, and one-on-one sessions that cost you $1,000 per hour. Right? It's something that I thought, well, what is the best way for me to reach a lot of people, share my knowledge, share the education, that is not limited, and it was YouTube, right? I think YouTube for me was the answer. I got pushed into this direction, and really enjoying it. I never thought, I was testing it out. I don't know if anyone knows my story, but I was testing it out. I didn't know. Right. And then the channel just started exploding. People started subscribing, loving the content, sharing the loves and the likes and the subscribes. And I thought, okay, well, let me continue with this. And now it's still going full steam, and to many, many, many more years. Let's see how this rock and rolls. Time flies quickly. Yes, it does. Irina, it does. Okay, so spare me some coins. The last time I video called my family was a week ago, but every day I see Devold on pro membership video calls. Crazy, right? You spend more time with the crypto fam than with your own family. Crazy. Mr. Not Financial Advice, welcome to the live stream. Also, Mr. Not Financial Advice is part of our Legends Pro community as well, and he has been roping in the profits from a trading perspective. I see you sharing your P&Ls. Absolute legend. Thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for the support. Right. Avia, hi from Jordan. Ooh, all the way from Jordan. Devold, how long you been in trading, and where do you learn? I've been in trading since 2017, but I only really started taking it seriously with COVID. When COVID hit and we all had to stay at home, lockdown, okay, that's when I said, stuff this, I'm going to teach myself how to trade properly. I rode through the bull market, made a lot of money, also lost a lot of money during the bear market. FTX crash, The Luna crash, I was heavily invested in the Luna project and lost a lot of money over there. So I would say I didn't lose a lot of money just because of trading. Most of the money was lost by not diversifying my portfolio correctly. Okay, I had a big amount of money on FTX. I had over invested in Luna, and that really gave me some a big knock. But I mean, then when you start mastering the trading scenario, that's when there's light at the end of the tunnel. I officially, I need to just make sure that I don't get the dates wrong, but I think I officially resigned from my 9 to 5. 2023 September, that's when I resigned and I started trading full time. That's when I mastered the skill and I consistently made profits week after week, month after month. That's when I resigned and been doing full time trading since then. Okay, and learned, I followed a lot of people on YouTube, and you have to sift through the crap out there to get the people that actually knows technical analysis. And I can tell you now, there's a lot of YouTube channels out there that live on hype. Okay, there's a lot of hype and salliness, and they launch meme coins and they try and get communities to buy into it, but they don't really teach you how to trade with good risk management. Um, I really struggled to find a channel, okay, that really teaches you proper risk management. And it's only when you learn proper risk management that you will start nailing trading. I can guarantee you now, there's a lot of channels that can teach you technical analysis, but there's not a lot of channels that will teach you proper risk management to stay profitable as a consistent trader, regardless of the market cycle. Whether you're in a bull run, whether you're going sideways, or whether you're in a bear market, that is where you need to stay consistent and profitable, making those profits month after month, week after week, year after year. Okay, cool. Legends, let's dive into some technical analysis, get the party on the road, and then I will go through some more comments. And I'm still holding Luna Classic. Whoa, wow. Still holding it. Okay. I think I still have some Luna on my Terra Luna wallet. I don't know if you guys remember, for those of you that's been around for a while, when the Luna crash happened, I was heavily over invested in Luna, and I had it locked up on the Terra Luna wallet, because then you get all those airdrops and things for free as well. And it takes 31 days to unlock your tokens. And when I saw the collapse happen, I couldn't withdraw my cash because I had to wait 31 days for my tokens to unlock. And by the time the unlock happened, I mean, I lost everything. So maybe it's still in there. I don't know. I need to go and have it. I need to go and have a look. Right. Hi, Devil. How do you do? Promise and them. Welcome to the live stream. Mr. Sin Games, great to see you over here. Mr. Sin Games, I think what I want to do is this. There we go. I just gave you a little present, Mr. Sin Games. Just gave you a little present. I do see that you are a mod on Andy's channel. And I mean, I see the alpha that you deliver over there. So why not give you a spanner, right? Theta is looking nice today. Yes, I will go through some Theta. I haven't actually looked at Theta. I do have a nice spot bag of Theta. I haven't looked at Theta again in a while. I bought Luna right after the crash, and he didn't do anything ever since. Yes. Okay, Singers, welcome to the Blue Army. Right, Legends, let's dive into the alpha. I will go through a couple of comments. So, Legends, the one thing we have to acknowledge, okay, is that we are still in an uptrend. I'm just doing basic technical analysis over here. And the one thing I want to say about basic technical analysis, I know of two very successful traders in the world that only use trend lines to trade. What I'm showing you over here. Nothing else. They don't use Fibonacci. They don't use support and resistances. They don't use Fib extension. They know nothing about Elliott waves. They do not know any other trading strategy except trend lines, and they are exceptionally profitable traders. Okay, so although I'm saying over here I'm using basic technical analysis, you guys don't understand how powerful a trend line can be from a trading perspective if you've mastered it. Okay, but you need to practice it and backtest it on your favorite coin or pair or equity or commodity that you use to do trading on. I like to use Bitcoin for most of my trading, and you need to go and backtest the strategy, and you need to stick to it. And that is how simple trading can be with a simple trend line. Okay, so the one thing I just want to point out over here is that we are in quite an aggressive momentum here to the upside, but that is normal behavior for a bull run. So if we have to take the cap of we are in a bull run and momentum is going to continue here to the upside, it's quite normal to have steep trend lines to the upside. And what do I mean by a steep trend line? Because it doesn't look so steep. What I'm showing you over here is, I mean, if you look at the structure and I start zooming out, it is quite a steep trend line. Don't you agree? I mean, this looks way better as a trend. That looks better as a trend, for example. Okay, so when you look at this trend, then things become a little bit scary to say that, well, you've left home. Okay, this is your home line, which I refer to as the home line, your baseline, and this is an aggressive momentum to the upside. And if things get nasty here to the upside, where we find a rejection, you can always come back home, find support, and then continue the momentum back to the upside. So as traders, we just need to be aware that even if Bitcoin comes back down to $72,000, the momentum is still bullish. Okay, because you have waves. Okay, you have waves. The price moves in waves, and it can come back and just do another wave back to the upside. And this is why we track the momentum from a trend line perspective. So probabilities then state for me is that if you lose this trend and you start breaking down, okay, that's obviously a shorting opportunity. You will then track this momentum here to the downside. You might be building a much bigger bull flag. Potentially you come down and maybe you break out. Okay, that is potentially a breakdown. Okay, which I think we'll go look at the probabilities now. It could be a possibility, but I mean, there is so much buying pressure and the CVD is so bullish, which shows me that there's a lot of bigger players, okay? Let's call them the market makers that are still interested in buying Bitcoin over here. So I'm not seeing any weakness just as yet. I think a lot needs to happen for Bitcoin to come back to $72,000. I'm not sure if you guys agree, okay? Because, I mean, you still have to take a fib. Okay, this is a nice impulsive structure here to the upside. This is a great impulsive structure. And if we have to use the argument to say that, well, what if this was the local high for now? You can still take a fib from the low to the high, and you will still find areas of confluence. You always look to the left for price consolidation that can provide support. We have nice consolidation here by the 50% fib level. We have great consolidation here by the 618. So even if price breaks the trend here to the downside, it can find support at any of these zones, break the trend, and continue momentum to the upside. And this will be great load up opportunities because of the bullishness that Bitcoin is showing here to the upside. It does not have to come back home. It can have that, that front run that leaves the people that's waiting for this zone behind, and it just continues the momentum. Right, that's basic technical analysis using the trend that I'm watching over here. And I just want to, let's just do this. Okay, so now, inside of this structure, now we have to try and figure out legends. Inside of this little consolidation, is there still a high probability to take the high and continue the momentum to the upside? Or are we starting to perhaps form a range, okay, where price is just going to range for a little bit longer before it finds momentum back to the upside, where you basically short the top, you long the bottom. You short the top, you long the bottom. Do you guys know the most recent range that we've been in that's bought the crap out of everyone for the last 6-7 months? Okay. Are we perhaps building a range? We've broken out and we can now form a mini range. Okay. And then continue momentum back to the upside. Definitely a possibility. Right. So let's go back here onto the 15-minute time frame, and I just want to zoom into this structure over here to try and work out, well, what are the probabilities for upside, downside? The one thing I do know is that even if we do not have any probability or clarity, are we going to take the high or are we going to take the low? Or are we going to just keep on ranging until Bitcoin makes a decision? Okay, 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽, could we be in an ABC after a fifth wave down? Currently in the C wave top now. Yes, that is something that I want to discuss now. Sin Games, you're onto something. 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽, short approaching, I think. Yes, it could be a short approaching here to the upside. Right, so now what becomes interesting to me is... Okay. What becomes interesting now to me is to have levels, because when you have a range, okay, while price is in price discovery, there's no levels to the upside. It's in price discovery. The only tool that you can use is perhaps a fib extension, okay, to try and determine where price can turn around. Right? But when price starts to range like this, then it's when things become interesting and we have some levels of confluence that we can have a look at for rejections and bounces back to the upside. So when I switch on my daily levels, okay, we have a fresh daily level that printed here last night at 12 at $90,413. And that level might differ depending on which exchange you use to do your trading on. But it is a level nonetheless. Okay, so when you go onto the daily time frame, you can see, this is how you get your daily levels. For those of you that don't know, I like to provide education and repeat myself. Okay, we have a daily level, and it's basically a open and a close at exactly the same level. And you take your magnet, you snap on your daily level. I will not use this as a daily level yet because this daily candle is still busy forming. Okay, so if price closes here tonight in the green, I will then have a daily level here tomorrow. Right, so let's go back here onto the 15-minute time frame, and now you can see we do have a daily level slightly above, and this is now where it becomes important to say that, well, can I build confluence from that daily level? Does it make sense for rejection? Is price perhaps going to find strength here to the upside and reject? Okay, what becomes interesting about this daily level is that we have diagonal resistance, okay, the trend that's running down here. I just want to make sure that I draw it properly. Or let's just do it again. Right, you take a trend, you connect these pivots, right? Let's just make sure that it's nicely snapped on. And now you can see that, well, we do have confluence. If price continues to pump here to the upside, you have diagonal resistance and you have horizontal resistance. And usually when you have horizontal and diagonal resistance, okay, that it forms that cross and price pumps up here into this little cross over here, it can be a great shorting opportunity. Okay, so now what I'm trying to figure out is, well, is there more areas of confluence in that zone? Okay, I will then take a fib. I will start measuring out some levels, a fib from the high to the low, and say, okay, we have a 618 slightly above. It's kind of in the middle between the 50% and the 618, so it's not a great area of confluence. Let's take another fib from this pivot to the low. Okay, we have the 618 slightly above these pivots and the 786 slightly above. So we do have a golden zone between the Fibonacci's that we can keep an eye on. Okay, but I am still interested in this lows over here. Or these highs, sorry, the highs over here. And the reason I say that, remember what I said yesterday during my live stream. When you look at a structure like this, when people long, if people longed over here, where are they going to put their stop losses? They're going to put their stop losses over here. Someone longed over here. They saw the bullish retracement. We made a higher low and someone got broke of trend. They entered over here. Where did they put their stop losses? Over here. And if these people did not take profits, thinking that price is just going to continue here to the upside, and they have now got the entry, okay, for $100,000 Bitcoin, their stop losses are here, and these people that entered over here, their stop losses are here. Okay. So this is what I call liquidity zones, because often, I'm not sure if it's happened to you, many times what happens is you enter a trade, you get stopped out. Okay, so let's say you entered this trade. How many times has it happened to you? Price comes back down, it stops you out, and then it continues, right? And this is what we refer to as swing failure pattern. It grabs the liquidity, it stops everyone out, and then the move happens in any event. So these to me are very important pivots to pay attention to, that if price comes back down. Also, to the upside, if anyone shorted this momentum here to the downside, okay, thinking that we are now finally breaking down, where did they put their stop losses? Above these pivots, above these pivots, above these pivots. So there's liquidity, there's liquidity, there's liquidity. So the closest one that we are approaching at the moment, okay, is this clear pivot. It has to be clear pivots. You can get a little bit lost with pivots, but I prefer to focus on the 15-minute and 1 hour time frame to identify those clear pivots where people will put their stop losses, playing the momentum to the up or to the downside. So the clearest pivot, even on the 1 hour, is that pivot over there. Then further up is that pivot, and then further up is that pivot. And that's why I always tell the Legends community is that when you play a breakout, so some of you might have played the breakout over here, you now put your stop losses here below this low or this low. This is why this is great profit taking areas, because the market makers could grab the liquidity and said, okay, now we filled our short bags, we're going to send the price down. Okay, this is why this is great profit-taking areas, and this is how I identify profit-taking areas as well. When I play momentum here to the upside, this to me is a profit-taking area, profit-taking area, profit-taking area, because you might not grab all three of them. You could grab one of them and reverse. Okay, so for me, swing failure pattern from the highs, acceptable short. Swing failure pattern from this pivot over here, acceptable short. Swing failure from this pivot, acceptable short in confluence with a 0.618 further up, a daily level at $90,400. Okay, so now the other thing that I'm watching inside of this structure, I mean, I went from simple technical analysis. Sorry, guys, my phone was ringing over there. I went from simple technical analysis, and I know now it gets a little bit more technical, but hopefully you are learning as I'm going. I can keep trading extremely simple by using the D-line strategy. You all know the D-line strategy. And, it can get as complex as Elliott wave theory. And by no stretch of the imagination do I call myself an Elliott wave expert. I know that there are people out there that are way better than me, like Koen, for example, that was here in the live stream yesterday as well. Koen is an absolute legend when it comes to Elliott wave theory, and that is his area of expertise, okay? I know enough about Elliott wave waves to keep me profitable as a trader by combining it with my other trading strategies, with swing failure patterns, D-line strategy, and so forth. Okay, so I do like this pivot over here together with a 0.618. But I do like the daily level more because it's an obvious area of resistance. So if price, okay, let's go back here onto the 15-minute. This is a potential short that I'm looking at. But I mean, guys, you need to be so defensive with shorts. I don't really want to talk about shorts, especially because we are in a potential bull market to the upside, and it's very dangerous to short. So it is for experienced traders that know how to manage their risk properly. Because you are trading against the trend. You have to realize that you are trading against the trend. So you need to be you need to be sniper, you need to be quick, and you need to, what's the word Andy used this morning in our Legends Pro community? You need to have balls, okay? For a lack of a better word. I do apologize to the ladies out here. Right, and speaking about the Legends Pro community, before we continue, if you'd like to come and join, okay, our Legends Pro community, down in the description of this video, first link down in the description, that is where you join our Legends Pro community. And also we have a free community as well with lots of value added benefits. Okay, there's the free section, and you get all of that. And there's the $97 section per month, where you also get access to Andy's masterclass that teaches you everything that you need to know about trading. So by paying a monthly subscription, we do live trading analysis early in the mornings or during the day as price develops. And we have coaches, myself and Andy and Aiden in there that provide absolute insane technical analysis. You get access to Andy's masterclass that's worth $1,000, and right, and lots of other stuff as well. You guys can just see how I just went through the money shots before the live stream, and I was just like, wow, Mr. Aiden over here, this guy, he's absolutely on fire at the moment. Sometimes as a trader, you get into the zone, okay? And sometimes you are out of the zone. It's not to say that you are a successful day trader, you're just going to nail every single trade. There's many times where I'm out of the zone and then I rely on Andy to help me out a little bit. And there's sometimes where Andy's out of the zone and then he relies on me. And then, well, Mr. Aiden is in the zone at the moment. I mean, the setups that he's been providing, just nailing every trading setup. He's just absolutely in the zone, providing trading setups where he sees the bouncing levels, sharing his losses. I mean, look at the small losses versus the gains that he's making. So keeping the losses small, keeping the gains big. But I mean, the people are just roping. Shout out to 𝗬𝗍𝗍, Link Idea. Oh, someone made a profitable trade here on Link and ADA. Okay, shout out. Oh, someone absolutely just nailed the XRP trade. 200x leverage, 4,600% yet to the upside. Wow, like absolute legends. Okay. 2,500, you guys are absolutely just roping in the profits. And I mean, it does come with a lot of education and proper risk management as well. What else? Okay, so let's get back to it. Remember, Bluffin, you qualify for that 10% cash back by using the link down in the description. The money that you put in your features account, you get that cash back. Okay, first link down in the description to go and sign up. I've got Bluffin. They're running that competition at the moment until the end of November, and I think it's the right time to try and compete because the momentum is up. It's easy to trade at the moment. So first link under exchanges down in the description. I've got that Bluffin link. And Weeks, one of my favorite exchanges as well. Well, basically, guys, the exchanges that I use to do my daily trading, because I've learned my lesson with FTX, I've got my portfolio diversified into multiple exchanges. Okay, so if one goes bust, I can still carry on. Okay, very important for me not to keep all my money in one exchange, especially when you're trading with large amounts of cash. Okay, cool, legends. Big balls by ACDC, no joke. Right. My guy, Luca Fontes, welcome to the live stream. I can only recommend the Pro Legends community. Great content and great people. Thank you so much. You are inside the Legends Pro community. Donnie? Yes, I think I have seen you over there. You've actually posted a beautiful comment as well, if I'm not mistaken. Was this you over here, I think, in the chat section? Yes, here you go. Here you are. You actually gave us a little bit of a shout out over here. You've been enjoying the Legends Pro community. You highly recommend it. That's where myself and Andy provide more alpha and education as well on a daily basis, trading setups. And it's not just trading setups or signals, guys. I can tell you guys now that I have belonged to almost every Discord community that you can think of. Okay. And I don't want to mention names over here because I'm not here to break anyone down. And most of those communities that you pay a hefty fee for is they give you trading signals. And the person that does the YouTube channel, you never see them, you never hear from them, and maybe now and again you'll get a screenshot from them. It's not personal, it's not educational enough. It never taught me anything. And then when me and Andy, started up Andy started up the Discord community, and when I joined Andy, our vision, our goal is to make sure that you don't have to stay there forever. Come and join the Legends Pro community. We'll learn the crap. We'll give you the education. We'll give you the risk management. We'll teach you how to be a successful day trader. And then maybe after 6 months or a year, depending on how long you want to stay, you need to leave, okay, and go do your own thing, right? Be that successful trader. Right, my guy. Hi, 𝗬𝗍𝗍, great TA as always. Can you take a look at DOT? Yes, I will go through some altcoins. Just want to wrap up Bitcoin here at the moment. I just want to take a sip of water. Mm. And for those of you, I'm going to make a short about what's inside this bottle. Okay, it's not alcohol, but I've had some questions from people. 𝗬𝗚𝘆, what is inside that bottle? Okay, is it happy juice? What is that? Right? I will make a Instagram. I will make an Instagram post. If you're not following me on Instagram, link down in the description. I will make an Instagram post to show everyone what is inside here that I drink during my live streams. You might be grossed out, or you might say I do the same. Marky Mark, welcome to the live stream. Yo, yo, yo. No financial advice sent me here. The promise me beer and techno. Right. Cool, legends. We are approaching, okay? We are approaching these highs. Let's see how we react, because we could have, this is what I also refer to as the dead cat bounce, or the range high strategy, or the range low strategy, depending on where the price is coming from, the up or to the downside. Many trading strategies that you can take advantage of. So what I mean by that is you take a horizontal, you snap it onto, you take your magnet, you snap it onto this highest point over here, okay? And then if price comes up here, okay, if price comes up here, and I would like to see it tap the 0.618. It's great to see a fib level tapped properly, but basically it claims the highs. Okay, let me just switch the magnet off. It claims the highs, it comes up here, and it gets acceptance back below, right? That could be a potential short to the downside. But I would treat this as a scalp short, because you are you are trading against the trend. So any shorts that you are entering, okay, you need to be aggressive with profit taking, because it's never guaranteed that it's just going to fall down back to $72,000. But I really do like the daily level more. I really like the daily level more. So I wouldn't mind us smashing the highs and rejecting from the daily level, and then find the momentum to the downside. This to me is a better short than trying to short from over here, but this could be a front run where everyone is waiting for the zone. You guys know how the crypto market works. We're waiting for that level, diagonal resistance, horizontal resistance, and then it taps the 0.618. It claims the liquidity above the highs, gets acceptance back below, and you have a deeper retracement to the downside. Then you missed the short. Okay, if you're not comfortable with playing shorts, then you wait for the short to play out. If there's bullish CVD against this pivot and with a nice little three-way structure to the downside, we could continue and then break out and come and claim this pivot over here. Okay, so wait, let me just put that level back. I'm going to put, no, I don't even have to put alarm here. Let's just wait and see how the price is going to react over here, because now this is the first short that I'm keeping an eye on. Okay, small little scalp. But I have to acknowledge that this little structure over here looks a little bit bullish at the moment. Myself and Andy spoke about the structure, and I told the pro community, I don't particularly like the structure from a bullish perspective. I can count 5 waves in here. This looks like a 3-wave corrective structure. So 1, A, B, C, which is 1, 2, okay? And then the only way that this structure can be bullish is a double 1, 2 combo. And I did not like this structure over here. Although on the smaller time frames, you can count an expanding 5-wave structure inside of this structure over here. So you could have a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. And maybe we reject. And that's why I'm saying I will treat this short as a scalp, because it could be a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. And I mean, the 4 can go down a little bit lower as well. So I would treat that as a scalp. So the structure now, after playing out, does look like it has a chance. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, maybe ABC, and it continues to the upside. Nothing's ever for certain, especially from an Elliott wave perspective, and this is why it's just important for me to keep an eye on obvious levels, okay? So this is what I refer to as the range high strategy. This is, you have a drop with massive volume to the downside. The first high that you make after the drop, which is this one over here, often what happens is you grab the liquidity and you fall back down, and there is a potential to come and claim these lows if I don't see any bullish CVD. But the CVD has just been absolutely bullish during this entire rampage here to the upside. So there is a high probability in making a higher low and then trying again to break out. Okay, so I'm not going to, usually in most instances, the target is the lows. Okay, the target is the lows when you get a successful rejection over here. But I'm not convinced. And the reason I feel a little bit insecure about this trade is because even with this dump here to the downside, we already had a retracement, and that could also be the dead cat bounce. That high could also be the dead cat bounce. So we came down, we SFP'd already from the dead cat bounce, and we took the low. Okay. So the strategy could have already played out, and it's because of this little high over here that I'm like, maybe it already played out. You already grabbed the liquidity, you went to claim the low, and maybe we're going to get a successful breakout here. So maybe it's going to be a 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 and just 5 ABC, and then it breaks out to the upside. Okay, so let's see how we react at this level. Price is, let's go look at CVD and just see what CVD is doing here at the moment. Let me refresh it. I mean, more locally, it's too fresh, right? It's too fresh at the moment, but I can see even between these pivots, there was bullish CVD confirming to claim the high. So every time price retraced during this consolidation year, every time price retraced, there was a little bit of bullish CVD confirming every time you're going to take the high, you take the high, you take the high, because every retracement was bullish. And I mean, CVD is just very far away from these pivots. I mean, look at where CVD is, okay? It's not bearish. It's not bearish, and it's not bearish at all. In fact, it doesn't look bearish at all. So maybe, you know, there's the chance for momentum to continue still yet to the upside. Right, I want to see how price reacts once we claim that high, because I might enter a small little scalp short here to the downside. I don't really like to trade when I'm doing live streams, because sometimes you click the wrong buttons, you make mistakes, you enter the wrong amount of leverage, things like that. So I'm just going to tell you guys that, okay, here is a potential short. I'm not sure if I'm going to attempt the short over here, because I'm bringing you guys the education and alpha. I want to see us tap. Okay, this is how I would enter this trade if it plays out. You tap, it has to, for me, it has to tap the 0.618. Okay, so I want to see the liquidity grab, and I want to see acceptance back below the level. Then I will enter with my stop above the high, because I need, as a trader, I need to know where to put my stop loss. Remember the 3 W's. I need to know why I'm entering. It's a swing failure pattern. I need to know where is my stop loss going to be above the pivot high, and I need to know where am I going to take profits. So from a where am I going to take profits, I think the VWAP could provide us a clue over here. So we have the VWAP currently on its way up over here. I will also take the Fibonacci from this pivot to the high that's going to form, which is not finished yet. And then I will look at Fibonacci levels 382, 50%. So it looks like for now, the 618 is a great profit taking area where you're basically finding support above the highs. Okay. Right, but I mean, as price is pumping, VWAP can continue here to the upside, and maybe the 50% Fib level will be a great profit-taking area. And I'm taking this short as a scalp, okay, because things can get crazy. I do like the daily level more. I did highlight that during the beginning of the stream. You have the diagonal resistance, you have the daily level, that little cross. If price pumps in here and it rolls down, I mean, that to me is a much better short. Okay, FYI. Take that out the way. Okay, cool. So as Bitcoin is pumping here to the upside, okay, I've done some analysis here on the price of Bitcoin, but I just quickly want to show everyone the trades that we got into as a community this morning. Botta, smash the like legends, best TA from the master legend, 100%. Thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽, how can I put multiple exchanges in the CVD? You need to join our free Discord community. First link down in, I want to show you guys this guy's channel. First link down in the description is to join our Legends community. We've got the free section and the pro community, and then someone in there will share the script with you. If you go and ask in the chat section, you need to upload a script to get these lines. Okay, if I'm sorry, I also have the link for the CVD site that I use, 𝗖𝗍𝘆𝗽.trade. Okay, you can go and click on that, and then you need to import the script. You will still get a green on the default settings. You will still get a green line that you can use. It's still very effective, but if you want the 3 lines, okay, it's freely available to anyone that wants to use it. Okay, cool. Acceptable short. Okay, this is considered an acceptable short. I would have liked to see the 0.618 tap. Really, you know, for me, I'm just a little bit maybe too pedantic. But if I am shorting against a trend, I want to see my level at least hit. But we have claimed the highs. I'm just acknowledging here. We have claimed the highs. We are trading below the level at the moment. So, you know where to put your stop loss, but I'm not convinced. I want to see my level hit. I want to see a proper rejection. To me, this still looks like it's crawling here to the upside. Okay, but I mean, that's the most important, is that you want to know where to put your stop loss. Liquidity has been grabbed, or some of it has been grabbed already. Okay, and you see, that's why I'm not confident about the trade, because it looks like it still wants to continue here to the upside. Let's have a look just for shits and giggles at the liquidity. Let's go to the 12 hour and see. Let me take my head here out the way so everyone can see the liquidity. Still hear me? Well, there's actually a nice amount of liquidity over there, but there's not really anything to the upside. $90,000, 400, $90,000, 400 is at the daily level. It does concern me that there's not liquidity here. The only little bit of liquidity that I see is over here. So let's see how this reacts. Okay, now we have tapped the level properly. If price comes down and it leaves a wick behind, okay, that is typically where I would enter a short. Let me just put that back. Okay, so, you know, just sharing some education, sharing some alpha, as long as price is trading above, let me just put my face back here. As long as price, okay, this is why I say I don't catch falling knives, I don't catch rockets to the upside. As long as price is trading above this level, I'm not interested in a short. No ways I'm shorting at the moment. When it comes back down and it leaves the wick behind, then I'm interested. You want to see the weakness back below the level. As long as it's above, I don't care. You go make some popcorn, put some popcorn in your microwave, and you eat popcorn while the price is pumping. Because then you either in a long and you're enjoying the profits here to the upside, or you are being a responsible trader. Okay, let's see. Very interested to see how it's going to react over here. Okay, I mean, I can stare at that candle the whole day, legends. Let me go through some comments. Yes, I know you guys want to see your favorite altcoins. I will go through dot. Crow, I know Crow is pumping absolutely crazy to the upside. I see. Smash the like, legends. I've gone through that. Okay, cool. Salt or sweet popcorn, 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽. I'm a salty person. Right. Okay, there is where I typically would have entered the short. It just got weakness down below. And I mean, no trade is ever successful, okay? Because now, if I saw that price action with your stop above the high, price dip below the level, which still, it's still a little bit too bullish, but that's how I would have sniped the entry over there. Okay, I'm not entering this trade, by the way. I am not entering this trade. Hello, Devold. Where do you see XRP going? You want to get me talking about XRP? Right. I did share some analysis with a pro community this morning in terms of what I see for XRP. Legends, I mean, yes, it has the possibility to reject over here. Okay. Don't get me wrong. But the fact that there's no liquidity, there's nothing. Okay. There's no liquidity. Why? It doesn't give me the why price would reject, because it grabbed a significant amount of liquidity. There's that little gray area over there is at the daily level. So maybe a reaction in that zone would be a better shorting opportunity for me. So I'm not interested in this short. Okay, I'm not interested. But I just wanted to tell everyone that's how I would have played the short if I was very interested. You get acceptance back below, you have your stop above the high, you get stopped out, okay, you wait for the next level. And that's the beauty about swing failure patterns is, yes, they do have a high probability of being stopped out, but your risk management is absolutely insane. You have tiny stop losses compared to from a risk to reward perspective. If you're taking profits here by the low, you have like a 4 risk to reward trade to the downside, for example. So if this was a successful trade, okay, and maybe it rejected, you had a nice little tight stop loss, you entered here by the rejection zone, you target the lows over here, that's a 3 risk to reward. Absolutely insane. That's what we look for. But I am more interested, way more interested in this zone, because this could be, let's say this is a 1 2 1 2. Maybe this was already the 3 4 5 4 5, and then it rejects. Let's see. Or we can just count it from this structure: 1 2 3 4 5. It rejects. It makes a larger ABC to the downside. Bullish CVD against these pivots. Okay, and then it has another attempt to the upside. But legends, yes, I know that I'm talking about the bullish targets here, but I mean, momentum is up here at the moment. So I'm watching this daily level like a hawk. I just want to see, I do have some point of controls as well to the upside. So if price, okay, now let's talk about the next level. This is this short that I think has a better opportunity for rejection. But if it breaks out successfully and I see at least a 15-minute body candle close above the daily level, it could mean that we're going to get strength to the upside. So it closes the body of a 15-minute candle above. That's usually a sign of strength, and 7 or 8 out of 10 times it confirms momentum in that direction. Ooh, are we getting the rejection? Let's see. I'm then looking at the 0.88 together with a naked point of control inside of this consolidation area for a rejection. Okay. A little bit further up, we also have inside of this consolidation another naked point of control that has not been tapped. So it's not guaranteed that this structure over here is just going to do this. Never guaranteed. You could get still rejections in these zones. Let's go to, I just wanted to switch off the VWAP. Okay, right. Price is pumping. And I mean, let me jump through a couple of altcoins here at the moment. Let me put my face back on. Right. Hit the like for you. Thanks, 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗍𝗽. Appreciate it. Okay, cool, legends. Some of the trades we got into as a community this morning, and I mean, I'm not sure if it's too late, right? You need to decide about your risk management. I went through many altcoins this morning. Our link trade is doing well. Yes, Nags, we spoke about the link trade in our update this morning as well. What is Link doing, by the way? So I was looking at Atom, but you will see many of the altcoins have very similar structures. So by me using this structure, for example, as an example, you will see that when you look at your favorite altcoin, most likely in a very similar structure. So let me go and use Link maybe as an example, because Link is a beautiful one that we took this morning. So where's Mr. Link? I think very similar structure. Yes, you guys can see I even have the same analysis on link. Nice breakout here to the upside. So the first thing that I was looking at from a corrective perspective, okay, is I just want to take this out the way to clean it up a little bit. Let's just keep the technical analysis simple. First point of order, okay, is that you have broken out of a long 4-hour trend. You have 1, 2, 3, and on the fourth breakout, you had the successful breakout to the upside. So from a trend line trading perspective, okay, which I've told everyone during the beginning of the stream, is a very successful trading strategy. You now had the breakout, and it's quite normal to have a retracement, maybe find support above the highs and continue momentum to the upside to go and claim the high. Okay, that's the trading strategy. So we have to acknowledge that we have broken out. We had a nice impulse to the upside. Now this structure to me becomes very interesting. So now I go on to the smaller time frames. Let's go to the 1 hour and zoom into this structure. So the one thing that I look at as a technical trader is to say that, okay, we've had a nice impulse to the upside. Okay, and that's the end of the impulse. That is the start of your impulse. So when you take a fib from the start to the end, now you have some nice Fibonacci levels, okay, for a potential bounce back to the upside. And you can see where Link bounced exactly to the dollar. It bounced on the 50% fib retracement level. And then what I do is I track the momentum. Okay, you have this nice little momentum that you can track. Tap, 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 breakout. Okay, so you track your momentum. My alarm went off and we entered the link trade this morning. Okay, basically this is the setup that we are watching. Okay, we had the breakout. You're targeting the highs. Okay, nice little tight stop loss, 5 risk to reward, absolutely insane risk to reward. Okay, makes the trade worth it. And remember what I said, always look to the left, okay, because you could get a rejection. Never guaranteed to take the highs, but it does look great, and I'll get to that in a moment. Okay, profit taking, profit taking, profit taking, maybe leave some of the position open for higher levels, right? It depends on what your trading strategy is, or you could just be targeting the highs. Okay, and that's part of your trading strategy. So Link had a nice little breakout here to the upside. And what was also interesting for me to make a trading decision, Bitcoin is pumping. Yes, Bitcoin, daily level. Let's see if we get the rejection by the daily level together with horizontal support. Or sorry, diagonal support. Okay, if Bitcoin leaves a wick behind, that could be potentially a short. If it closes a body of the 15-minute candle above, we could potentially continue to the upside. And remember, guys, what I usually tell you about the D-line strategy. The D-line strategy, what do I always look for on the D-line strategy? As soon as you close a high time frame candle above the body, not the wick, the body, you most likely, even with a retracement, going to get continuation to the upside. So this 15-minute candle is a very important candle. We need to see how it's going to close. Because if this 15-minute candle closes above, okay, it has a chance to come and claim the highs and even go into price discovery once again. Right, BTC daily broke. Yes, like butter, the daily broke. Doge pumping. Yes, we spoke about Doge, we spoke about Link, we spoke about Coty, we spoke about Fetch. I'm in a Fetch trade here at the moment. Okay, and I will explain to you guys now why I got into these trades. While I'm still explaining it here on Link. Link is pumping to the upside. Let me see how my portfolio is doing. Absolute green, just green, green, green at the moment. FET, Doge pumping, everything. You know, I've got a trade open on Weeks. I've got 2 trades open on Bluffin. I've got a trade open on Bybit. I've got a trade open on 𝗖𝗍. Okay, I like to trade on multiple exchanges to diversify my risk and play different trading strategies as well. Check on BTC. Yes, BTC. Okay. So now, legends, because, okay, and this is usually the minimum candle that I look for. if at least a 15-minute candle closed above the daily, you're most likely going to continue momentum in this direction, even with a retracement. Okay, just want to highlight that. Even if you get a retracement, it increases the probabilities to go up. Okay, my preferred candle is a 1 hour candle because often I have seen fake outs on a 15-minute time frame and then the 1 hour leaves a wick behind. Okay, so that is my next time frame, and I mean that candle still has 43 minutes. Okay, and then by the time the 1 hour candle closes, it's done this, and then you've missed the whole trade. And that's why I'm saying the 15-minute is my minimum time frame, because then I can still enter a trade with good risk management. So although my preferred candle is the 1 hour, I have noticed that the 1 hour can run away from you and then you miss the trade. So my minimum requirement is the 15-minute candle so that you can still get into a trade with good risk management and take advantage of the momentum that's going to potentially go to the upside. Okay, nothing's ever guaranteed in this market. Unfortunately not. I just want to see something else interesting. If I take a FIB. Let's see. Interesting. Let's see how price action plays out. How do you track multiple trades? Do you have one program controlling them all? No, I've just got all the exchanges open. I put in my stop losses. I put in my TP areas. And most often on altcoin trades, I've planned my trade with my TPs and my stop losses, and I just let them play out. If I get stopped out, I look for a next trading setup. That's how I manage multiple trades. Okay, especially on altcoins, I usually just, I plan the trade like I've done here on Fetch. Okay, I've planned the trade. Here's my trading setup. I've entered along, my stop goes below the low. That's part of my trading strategy, planning to take profits by the highs. And if I get stopped out, okay, I will then reassess and to see whether I should be shorting or longing, whatever the case might be. But I typically just leave the trade until it plays out. I don't look at it again. Let the trade play out. But on Bitcoin, I do more aggressively manage the trade. Okay, I do more, sometimes I will de-risk myself, move my stop loss, whatever the case might be. I'm a little bit more aggressive on Bitcoin, depending on which trading strategy I use as well. Can you please speak about Atom? Yes, I have just looked at Atom at the moment. Could this be the rejection? I don't know. I think it's going to be a bullish rejection. For me, like I've mentioned, guys, I've just seen this many times. And you remember, trading is a game of probabilities. If you go and backtest the daily level on the 15-minute time frame, this is how you get the probabilities. So from a data perspective, if I go and backtest the daily levels and I reverse the price action a year from now, and I go put daily levels and I look at, okay, how many times has a 15-minute candle closed above, okay, and price continued in the upwards direction? And then you build data, okay? You take an Excel spreadsheet and you go say, okay, I've had 100 daily levels, and every time a 15-minute candle closes above, 88 of them has actually continued momentum in that direction. So then it becomes a game of probabilities. So yes, there is always a chance that I see this and price dumps on you, okay? There's always that chance. But 80% of the time, when I see this, price continues in that direction. So that is why nothing's ever guaranteed. It's just a game of probabilities. So from a backtesting perspective, when I see this, 8 out of 10 times, even if price retraces, you get momentum in that direction. But you want to see a bullish retracement, not taking the low. Okay, and preferably, even if price comes down here, you want to see some bullish CVD, and then we're off to the races. So there is still that 38 or 30% or 20% chance that price is going to dump and take the low. But it's just, and that is what trading is about. It's a game of probabilities, right? When I see this, most likely momentum is going to continue to the high. Okay, 30-minute candle looking bearish. Yes, the 1 hour candle also looks bearish. Okay, if you go to the, I don't really prefer, I used to trade on the 30-minute time frame, but from a backtesting perspective, the probabilities on the 30-minute time frame is not great. I don't like the 30-minute time frame. And my trading strategy is all based on backtesting and collecting the data using different time frames. And I can tell you guys now that the 1 hour time frame has the highest probability. For example, if you get a 1 hour time frame body close above, then there's a much higher probability, like a 90% probability, that you're going to confirm momentum in that direction. But every probability has pros and cons to it, because if you had to wait for a 1 hour candle to close, it might run away from you and then you miss the trade. That's the problem. So then you go and back test the 15-minute time frame. You go back test the 5-minute time frame. Okay, that is how you get your game, your probabilities, I suppose. Right? It's all just probabilities. So when I see this, and when I tell you guys the probabilities, okay, I've back tested it. And I encourage every single person to go and do the same thing. If you are an SFP trader and that is your speciality, SFPing from daily levels, naked point of controls, weekly levels, reverse the price action and go test out those levels and see what I mean. Okay. You sometimes you need to see it to believe it. Okay. Right. So for me, this is a no short. Even if price dumps, because for me, it's a game of probabilities. If there's an 80% probability that we are going to find support in this zone and still continue momentum to the upside, I am not shorting, even if price falls and everyone laughs at me like, I got into the short and you missed it. I don't care, because I trade off of my probabilities. I think daily can be a support. Yes, ADA Cardano price prediction. Benjamin, I will share that with you in a moment. So guys, while Bitcoin is deciding what it wants to do over here, let me just go and finish explaining why I entered along and why many altcoins have a very similar structure. So this is high education over here, guys. Like what you're learning over here, you're going to pay a lot of money for to learn in trading courses. Okay. So smash up the like, and it's your ways to say thank you. What I'm about to teach you over here, okay? And I already started with it. Yes, I will go through atom prediction. I will go through ADA prediction, link prediction. But I first want to show you guys why I entered some long entries on some of my favorite altcoins, okay? Right. And I mean, there's always the probability that we're going to reject. Okay. Always the probability. And this is why we trade with stop losses, because there's always a bullish case scenario. There's always a bullish case scenario. Wow, my trade played out. Well done, 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽. And there's always a bearish case scenario. You maybe reject by one of these pivots, you form a lower high, and you continue the momentum to the downside. Okay. And then I'll assess the probability, and maybe there's another trend forming over there, and then I'll play the breakout of that trend. But for now, this is what the chart is giving me. This is what the chart is offering me to play with good risk management. Okay, so looking at this structure, this is what I wanted to get to quickly. What is Bitcoin doing? Okay, it's currently below the level, but for me, it's still a high probability to move to the upside. So not interested in that short trade. Okay, legends, you have an impulse. We have to acknowledge that you can see we have an impulse here to the upside. You made a high, but I think that's the impulse to the upside. Then you had a nice little correction to the downside. So the first thing I look at is I take a fib from the low to the high and I see, okay, cool. So we have now bounced on a bullish target. Then I track the momentum to the downside and we have broken out. Another thing that is very important for me is to make sure that from a timing perspective, the correction makes sense. So I take a time fib from the low to the high. Okay. And then you can see, well, there's a little bit of danger over here. This low, can you guys see? That little low over there was made before the minimum retracement target of the 0.382. And this is why this line is in red. This is why I made it red. Usually when a retracement retraces before the 0.382, it is not finished. The correction is not finished. And I know that sounds dangerous, but then I looked at the structure again. And this is now, because I know a little bit about Elliott wave theory, not as much as Kuhn and some of the other traders, is that this looks like a beautiful 5-wave structure here to the upside, of which this is the end. And this looks like everything that happened past this point is corrective, because this could be an A, B flat, and a C to the downside. And I already measured that target. It's in the zone of a B flat corrective target, which tells me that my timing fib is incorrect. I need to take it from this pivot. That is my pivot. And now I can see, okay, that bounce happened between the 382 and the 0.618. So it has a chance for upwards momentum. Great. That is why I entered these long trades, purely based on technical analysis, always trading with a stop loss. And this is the exact same structure that I see on many of the altcoins. Now let's jump through a couple of altcoins. Okay, still above that level. We've got Link. Someone asked for the target on Link. Let's go here to the 12-hour time frame. Okay, let's just take some of the scribble out here. So, I mean, if I have to speculate purely based on this little wave over here, you know, let's just give a conservative target. I mean, I can obviously tell you just by looking at the structure over here, to me, this would be a great profit-taking area. If you're a day trader and you're only playing scalps here to the upside, when you take a fib from the high to the low, it's most probably here at the 786-618 level. Let's go check it out. That's in the golden zone. But basically, these pivots are great SF because this is where people put their stop losses. There's stop losses, there's stop losses. Okay, so it wouldn't surprise me if this structure can find momentum, claim the liquidity, and maybe then have another rejection to the downside. So this to me is the first target that I will be looking at on the smaller time frames. Okay, 19, let's call it $19. $19 Link. My macro target for Link is $100. And I know a lot of people will call me crazy for saying that, but it has the chance to get there. It really has the chance. And I've shared this many times during my live streams, but I know not all of you are here all the time. So I'm just going to quickly show everyone, why do I say $100? Call me crazy, I know, but that's my target for Link. I have to zoom. I actually have to go to the 3-day chart. Okay, so I'm not going to go into too much detail with the scenario over here, but basically what I'm seeing here on Link is a wave 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a wave 1. We have now completed the bear market and the wave 2 to the downside, and Link could now be in its parabolic move to the upside to go and complete its third wave. But I do not expect this third wave to end during this cycle. Yes, it can. It definitely can. But as a minimum target, I'm looking at this third wave, of which this structure was 1, 2, 3. Okay. This fourth wave can take many months, if not a year, to complete. Okay. So I'm looking at this third wave at $100 for Link. Okay, so my target for this cycle on Link is $100, and that's my minimum target. That's my conservative target, because I have to stress that third waves can get very impulsive to the upside, and it loves the 0.61 or the 618 levels. I don't want to front run this, but I mean, it can go to 475, it can go to 2,254. I mean, the market cap just has to be absolutely insane for a third wave to go that high. So minimum target for me is $100 Link, and I will take some profits off my Link spot bags that I bought here at $8. So my entry price on Link is about 860, 8.6. I think that's my entry price on Link. Andrew introduced me to Link. I knew about Link, but you know, when I saw Andy had a big spot bag of Link, I was like, I also need to get in the game, right? I need to get in the game. And then when Link did this on the 5th of August, this is when I went shopping. Okay, so my average entry price is around about 8.7. I didn't buy the bottom. I bought in the zone somewhere and I added to my position slightly. So my entry price is over here. So I'm currently enjoying the momentum here to the upside. Okay, DOT. I know you guys are screaming for DOT. Let's look at DOT. I actually did discuss DOT quite in detail yesterday, okay, where I said from a high time frame perspective and from a conservative perspective, yes, I mean, there's always a bearish case scenario as well. I'm just sharing with you guys the bullish case scenario, okay? I'm just sharing the bullish case scenario. There is a bearish case scenario as well. If we start taking these lows, if price comes back down and it takes these lows, okay, then this Elliott wave scenario that I'm sharing with you now is down the drain. It's invalidated. It can't be a wave 2. And the reason this can potentially still be a wave 2, and this is what I discussed yesterday, is that when I look at these two pivots here to the downside, okay, this was critical for me from an Elliott wave perspective. Or when I look at these two pivots, okay, I just want to make sure that everyone can see it. Do you guys see this low? Do you see that low? And do you see that low? This low did not take that low, which tells me that there is a chance, okay? Elliott wave hardcore rule states not allowed to be broken. 2 is not allowed to take the low. Not allowed. Not even a probability. It's not allowed. Then it's not impulsive anymore. Okay. It's not allowed to take the low, and it missed it ever so slightly. Okay. It missed it ever so slightly. So you can potentially still count this as a 1, 2, and we are busy with a third impulsive wave here to the upside. Yes, what is a little bit frustrating about DOT specifically is that when you take a fib, okay, when you take a fib from this low to the high to measure where did this low bounce, okay, it almost took the low. And a preferred second wave target is maximum at the 786, which is at $4.6. So I know a lot of Elliott wave counters are going to look at the structure and say, well, because it didn't bounce on the 786, it decreases the probabilities for upwards momentum to go and complete the third wave. But I'm going to say that I've seen it on many altcoins. They do not respect Elliott wave theory as beautifully as a more mature market cap coin, like the platinums and the golds and the S&P 500 and Bitcoin and the rest of it, okay? I have seen these bounces very often on some of our favorite altcoins where it still goes and completes a third wave because it has not broken the hardcore rule. Okay. So the 786 is just a probability. It's not a rule. So my maximum target, or my conservative target, let me rather put it that way, my conservative target on DOT, and I know it can go higher, is when I take a fib from the low, a fib extension from the low to the high, to the low, drag it across. Oh, I already have it in. I actually already have it in there. Let's just put it back here on the regular scale. I'm just going to use the regular scale over here. Is $17. And I think it can go to $20, right? Where you're basically building this structure over here. Basically a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I'm going to start taking profits by $17. And again, I just want to stress that the third waves love 1.618 or 618 targets. They love 618 targets. It does not have to stop there. It can go to the 2618. It can go to the 3618. And let me show you an example, okay? I want to show you guys an example. It's a crazy example. Let's look at Pepe. On the 3-day chart, right? Okay, now look at this. Remember, I keep on telling you guys that the third waves love the 618 targets. Those third waves can get it. Third waves in Elliott wave theories are the most explosive, most aggressive. That's where you get those small little retracements. It just continues. It doesn't give you a time to properly enter into the coin. Third waves are extremely explosive. So if I look at the structure, okay, on the regular scale, and this is now, look at this. This is now a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 𝗖𝗍𝗶𝗽, I don't care, it's a bullish bounce, right? So this is 1, 2, 3. Look at the 3 here to the upside. Can you guys see the 3 to the upside? And now when I take a trend-based fib to go and measure, well, where on earth did that third wave end? Okay, so I take exactly the same way like I've measured dot now. From the low to the high to the low. I mean, I don't even have fib levels that go that high, right? It smashed the 1.618. You got a rejection and it just continued. 2.618, 3.618, 4.618, 5.618, 6, 7, 8. It most probably turned around by this 8.618. Then you formed a fourth wave, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, and you had a nice little extended fifth wave here to the upside as well. So altcoins can get extremely crazy with the Fibonacci levels. So what I'm trying to point out to everyone over here is when I then go back to dot and I tell everyone, okay, I see a $17 dot. Just remember what 𝗬𝗍𝗃 did. If I zoom out, okay, 𝗬𝗍𝗃 went past. 𝗬𝗍𝗃 went past the 5.618. This third wave over here did, let me take the scribble out. That third wave did this. And then you had, oops, and then you had a 4 and another 5 here to the upside. So things can get really crazy here to the upside because we do not know, even the best electrician in the world do not know where the third wave is going to go. But we have 618 targets, and it's usually by one of the 618 targets where the third wave turns around. So from a conservative perspective, I'm giving you the minimum target. Oops. Let me just do this. I'm just going to frustrate myself. Okay, there we go. I'm giving you guys the conservative target. I just want to take these red boxes out the way. They're irritating me at the moment. Okay, so, and that is now counting this wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Simple structure, $17. Fifth wave maybe ending by $20. And then, I mean, it's not even going to claim the all-time high. So for DOT to claim the all-time high, it has to reach the 5. It has to reach the 5 in order to claim the all-time high, the third wave. Right. What else? Thanks for taking a look at DOT. Pleasure, Mr. Godfather. So KDA, please. BTC is rejecting. Does it? Now the question is it making bullish CVD? Yes, it's making insane bullish CVD. And this is why I told you guys, yes, it is a shorting zone for a scalp. Definitely, you can short this from a scalping perspective, put your stop above the high, and you just take aggressive profits to the downside because now you're building up bullish CVD, which means that you can turn around and just pump back to the upside because you have increased probabilities of continuing because of the 15-minute candle. But now it's the 1 hour candle, okay? If the 1 hour candle closes with a wick, then you increase the probabilities of going down lower. Okay, I told you guys that the minimum requirement for me is the 15-minute time frame, which looks bullish from a probability perspective. But if this 1 hour closes like this, we're most likely going down. Okay, because the 1 hour time frame has much higher probability of playing out than the 15-minute time frame candle. Okay, so if the 1 hour rejects with this wick, okay, there's a high chance that you could even come and claim the low down here. But the CVD looks very, very bullish. Okay. Just let me take the scribble out. Just want to show everyone. This is what I'm seeing on CVD. Okay. I often just look at CVD and I can see the bullishness and then no one knows what I'm talking about. But I can see against these pivots, okay, we're already making bullish CVD. Okay. Against that pivot, bullish CVD. Basically, you're forming lower lows on CVD while price is falling down. So if we're going to start forming, if CVD is going to start falling down and start making bullish CVD against this pivot, let's see. But if price falls and it turns around, okay, and it starts making bearish CVD against that pivot before it takes the high and CVD starts shooting up here and you see bearish CVD, then it's countering the move and it means that it can definitely come and take the lows once again. So it's just a real-time indicator, but at the moment it looks like, yes, momentum can continue to the downside, but it looks like market makers are absorbing the shorts here at the moment. They want to push the price up. This is what CVD is showing me. Unless it gets countered, we'll just have to observe. Okay. So, I mean, from a 1 hour time frame perspective, this was the short that the highest probable short for me was here at the daily level. You tap the 786, beautiful. You are currently trading below the trend, so it is an acceptable short from a 1 hour time frame perspective, but there is bullish signs on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, so that's why I told everyone I'm not interested in, well, I was definitely not interested in shorting this. Okay, I told everyone that the best shorting area for me was here. And yes, there is a chance to go down lower, but we have bullish signs on the 15-minute time frame and we have bearish signs on the 1 hour time frame. So depending on how the 1 hour time frame candle closes, I will have a better trading decision. Much better. Because if this thing is going to close red, we most likely going down. Okay, if the 1 hour candle closes red or below the trend, we most likely going down. 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗍, just want to see what's happening with 𝗖𝗍𝗆 at the moment. Okay, the breakouts are still in play. Let me just take the scribble here out the way. Okay, so I mean, fetch still above trend, just getting a small little correction to the downside. Let's see what Link is doing, because we are all, the legends and myself are all together in the Link trade at the moment. Okay, let's see what Link is doing here on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, it's still above trend. Okay, still above trend. I'm not too worried. Right, let's see how this plays out. Atom, yes, let's have a look at Atom. I also have a spot bag of Atom. I did look at Atom this morning. Very similar structure to where I've just done the education. Okay, so let's go to the 1 hour. Okay. Atom, I'm going to take the time fib out, has broken trend. It's found support can you guys see exactly the same as Link? This is why I used Link as the example, because each altcoin is showing me the similar structure. You have an impulse to the upside. You had a correction which bounced on the 50% fib level. I tracked the momentum and we broke out. Okay, I didn't take a trade on Atom. So what you want to, you basically want these lows to hold. This is your invalidation, right? If you're going to get back into trend, you're most likely coming back to the 0.618, because then you have the support zone that's going to offer support. Always look to the left. So if we lose this zone and we come to the 0.618, I will adjust my trend. I will, wherever that pivot high is, I will adjust my trend and I will wait for the next breakout, because you do not win all the trades. Remember, this is what the chart is offering me at the moment, and I am playing the breakout with good risk management. If I get stopped out and maybe we get acceptance back inside the trend, that will be my new trend. So maybe from a bearish case scenario, it breaks down, it takes the lows, okay? And I like that pivot a lot. I really like that pivot a lot. It comes back down, it taps the 0.618, it gets acceptance back above this pivot, okay? You either play the SFP from this pivot to get a nice little entry, or you wait for the breakout. And I will keep on attempting the long to the upside until it explodes, because this move is going to make back this stop loss plus way more cash in my bag. But if you are trading with too much money and you are risking your entire portfolio at 10x leverage, at 5x leverage, and you get stopped out with a trade like this, okay? And even if you win here to the upside, you might only break even because you've lost too money with a stoppage over here. This is how people lose money. This is how people don't stay profitable as a trader, because I can get stopped out with this trade on fetch, for example, that I'm in. Can I show you, let's say price reverses on me and it stops me out. I then adjust my trend and I play the next breakout. Maybe we're going to bounce here by this consolidation area, whatever the case might be. Okay, maybe we take the lows here once again and then we break out to the upside. If and when I take a loss like this, the gains, okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay, 6.5, okay, you make back 6 times your stop loss in the green over here. So even if I get stopped out once or I get stopped out twice, for example, my gains makes back my stop losses plus profits in the bag, because I'm not trading with more money than what I can afford to lose. But if you're risking your entire portfolio over here at 5x leverage, you are going to blow a massive hole in your account. And even if you get momentum here to the upside because you finally have, you got the successful trade to the upside, you most likely just recovering your portfolio. And then you take the highs and you're like, okay, I had $1,000 account. Now I'm back at $1,000, right? Because you over leveraged in this position. I see it play out so many times, and I get personal messages from people and I'm like, I know, I've been there, I've made those mistakes. And this is why I can say it. I have made those mistakes when I started out. Adding to position, overconfident in your technical analysis, it's gonna turn around, and then it doesn't turn around. So another thing that I like here on Fetch, just by the way, is that we have bounced on a maximum bullish target. So I want Fetch to hold this low over here. It has to hold this low. It's fine if it comes down and it swing failures from the low again, but I don't want Fetch to tap the 0.88, because now again, from a game of probabilities, when you have a bullish retracement to the upside and the correction taps the 0.88, you do increase the probabilities of coming to take the low before you take the high. So I want this to be the low on Fetch. And this was part of the reason I opened up a long trade over here. But if this plays out, I just want to highlight to everyone, okay, if this plays out, it can get crazy here to the upside, because if I take a fib, trend-based fib, from this low to the high, to the low, and I'm just speculating on an impulse back to the upside, where basically this is 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm looking at a $2. So yes, I am planning to take profits by the highs over here, but I'm just letting you guys know that if things gets really crazy here to the upside and maybe dominance starts dropping, you could get a nice little impulse here to the upside to $2, where you have a 1, 2, 3, and maybe, that is your trading setup. And this is why I'm attempting longs over here, because I know that it has a chance. It has a high chance of doing this. And guys, this is absolutely insane. This is why I'm not risking a lot of money over here, because from a percentage perspective, that's a 67% trade. You don't have to risk an arm and a leg in your entire portfolio to make money from these moves. You can do low leverage position, 2x, 3x, okay, even 1x spot positions, even better spot positions. Because it's the movements are absolutely insane. The other thing I wanted to highlight, guys, is, ladies and gentlemen, is that I want to take this out the way. And I just want to show everyone something, okay? We have spoken about the shorting levels here to the upside, and in a moment, I'll just discuss, well, from a longing perspective, I'm looking at these two pivots. And just quickly, the reason those two pivots look so juicy to me, so let's say we reject a successful rejection because of the daily candle, or the hourly candle that still has 10 minutes left. We reject by the trend, we come back down. I'm very interested in this pivot, and I'm very interested in these two pivots as well, because when I take a trend-based fib from the high that we've made to this low, to the high, okay, so that's basically my fib pool from the high to the low to the high, because I'm measuring this wave to see, well, where can this impulse potentially go to the downside. The level that I'm very interested in to the downside is the 1-to-1 extension, which has confluence with these pivots. Remember everyone's stop losses that I spoke about. 1-to-1 extension is a very, very common bouncing area. Okay, whether you have momentum to the up or to the downside, if price comes to the 1-to-1 extension, I will be very, very interested in a long, which is also in confluence with the diagonal trend. A little bit further down, okay, to scare maybe the people, is this pivot together with a 1.236. These are the two targets that I'm watching, and I will be using them as SFP lines if price finds continuation to the downside. So just quickly want to highlight that if all hell breaks loose here and we do find downwards momentum, I'm still interested in these two zones for longing, because remember the stop loss story that I've told you. Clear pivots, levels of confluence that lines up with those pivots. I mean, as a trader, I have to give it a shot. Okay, so those are the shorting opportunities. Now, what I want to show everyone for the weekend. Let me just take some water. Ooh. Peanut, please. I know you guys have a lot of altcoin requests. But as per the thumbnail, why is this it? I think that's what I said in the thumbnail, or can this be? Okay, why did I put that in the thumbnail? I just quickly want to show everyone this, and some of you might have seen it already, but I think it's now a relevant time to speak about it. Ethereum, please. Okay, I will go through some altcoin requests in a moment. Okay, please guys, I just want to quickly take you guys through that. I know you want to see your altcoins, but maybe we have an insane trading weekend ahead of us. Why do I say that we potentially have an insane trading weekend ahead of us? It's because of what you are seeing in the sky, okay? I have made a YouTube video. If you go to my YouTube channel, okay, let me go back over here. If you go to my YouTube channel and you go under trading tutorials, you'll see that there's me do this. Okay, let me zoom into this little picture. Can you guys see that? Okay, go check it out because there's a lot more information inside of this video about the full moon. Right. And the reason I want to talk about the full moon today is because it is especially powerful when you are in a trending market. This indicator works exceptionally well in a trending market, but it does fail in a ranging market. And we've just broken out of the range. We are now inside of a trending market. Let me show you guys. Okay. So when I look at this entire structure, just waiting for the price to load up here. Okay, let's go to the beninging of the of the bull run, right? Let's start here. Okay, can you guys see when the bull run started? Full moon, baby. Full moon. Bam. Okay, you are now in a trending market. What happened when this full moon printed? Bam. What happens when the new moon prints? You consolidate. What happened when the new moon prints? It pushed the price down. So new moons in a trending upwards market either consolidates the price or it pushes it down. The full moons, I mean, look at this, okay? Potentially if you bought the full moon over here and you bought the full moon over here, look at that. And it's especially powerful from a backtesting perspective on trending markets. It's about 74% accurate on a trending market, okay? So why I'm showing you guys this is you can see the full moons pushes price up, new moon push the price down. There was a fail because you're trending, okay? You're now in a ranging market. So you do have false signals in a ranging market. But then when you start trending again, I mean, look at that new moon. Bam. Full moon consolidate, full moon pushes price up, and then, I mean, it just gets absolutely crazy. When you really start trending to the upside, look at this. Full moon, wham. Full moon, wham. Okay, and then look at this full moon over here. You had the new moon, and if you bought during the full moon, you would have benefited from this entire move here to the upside. Absolutely insane. Again, look at that full moon. Full moon, a new moon prints, it consolidates price. Full moon prints, absolute insane momentum to the upside. Then the new moon printed here when we made the top by $74,000 and it pushed price down. New full moon, push price up. New moon, down. And this is when some of the false signals started because now you are in a range. So I don't like to often talk about the moon phases while we are ranging, because you have a lot of false signals. Not a lot, you have some false signals. But the reason I want to talk about the full moon now is because the full moon is tomorrow. Just saying, the full moon is tomorrow. So we need to pay attention, okay? Because we are in a trending market. We are now in a trending market. So I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe that full moon prints over here. So maybe tonight or tomorrow we make a correction. Maybe we come and claim these lows. Maybe we fall down a little bit further. And then that full moon prints and it says, bam, to the upside. So please pay attention. The full moon prints tomorrow night. So maybe we're still going to get a correction today and tomorrow. And then maybe tomorrow night, Sunday, that's when we're going to get the pump to the upside. So I just wanted to highlight, pay attention, boys and girls, because this could get crazy to the upside. And it's not because I say so. It's because based on data that I've just shared with you in a ranging market, look at what the full moon can do. Okay. So maybe we're still going to get this price action between today and tomorrow. I don't know. Or we're going to just continue to pump here to the upside. But boy, oh boy, when that full moon prints, you guys can see what happens. Full moon happens. And this was in a trending market where they do play out very beautifully. So tomorrow, tonight we have the waxing moon, and then tomorrow we have the full moon. So let's see how this plays out. Okay, so that's the one thing about the thumbnail that I just quickly wanted to highlight. Mooning is my specialty. Now we are being astrologists or what? Yes, definitely. Okay. People think I'm absolutely smoking my socks and, you know, I'm the person that dance around with feathers in my hair. No, it's just, you know, it's an indicator. And it's crazy how people's emotions and selling or spending behavior is linked to a moon. I mean, look at this full moon over here. Okay, yes, you had a dump, but you had a pump, and then the new moon printed and it pushed price down. But then it got invalidated when price just absolutely rampaged here to the upside. So this new moon got like, yeah, okay. But now we have a full moon printing tomorrow. And what is, are we going to see this? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. I'm very curious to see how it's going to play out. And unfortunately, it does take some time. It doesn't happen overnight. Okay. Right. Let me switch that back off. Go back onto the 15-minute. I want to see how is this. Oh, what a beautiful rejection, actually. 1 hour time frame. 2 minutes left for the 1 hour candle. 2 minutes left. Let's see how it plays out. In hindsight, I mean, that daily level was the short, right? Well, if it falls down, that was the short. Did speak about the short. But based on 15-minute time frame, it still looks, you know, and this is the confusing thing, based on 15-minute time frame, it still looks bullish. And you know, even with the retracement, it can still break out. But on the 1 hour time frame, it looks bearish. Okay, you're leaving a wick behind. And there's 1 minute left for the 1 hour candle to close. So I just don't like to short with an uptrend. Okay, I really don't like to short with an uptrend. Altcoins still look like they are consolidating and pumping to the upside. Dominance, let's see what is cooking with dominance. Let's go to the 30-minute. It's most probably this little dump. Okay, I've seen it happen many times, guys. You see a little, you see Bitcoin correcting. Okay, you see Bitcoin correcting. Dominance falls down. It protects the altcoins. Okay, so 45 seconds left for the 1 hour candle. Is this going to be a bear trap? Is this going to be a bear trap where it just shoots out? That would be absolutely insane, where the 15-minute time frame actually showed us the way, and the 1 hour time frame trapped the bulls or the bears, trapped the bears. Okay. Where's the VWAP? I just want to see on the 15-minute time frame, where's the VWAP? It's just, you know, these highs, you can see how these highs are providing support at the moment. It's not losing this level at the moment. It's providing support. Where is the CVD? CVD is bullish. CVD is bullish. Can you guys see this? Well, if you can't, I'm showing you. Can you see you're making higher lows? CVD is falling down. CVD is falling down over here. Not white, not so much. Okay, but the target is the high. So maybe it claims the high, it falls back down. We don't know. But there's some local bullish CVD. Right. Doop, doop, doop. Okay, now Ethereum. Let's go and look at ETH, Mr. ETH. I have not looked at you in a while. Ooh, nice little bounce here from Atom. I didn't take the Atom trade. I'm in the fetch trade and I'm in the link trade. And in Coty. I'm also in a Coty trade. Okay, similar structure. Guys, I'm not really an RSI trader, but it is interesting for me to see that on the 4 hour, the RSI is, can you guys see, is bottoming out. On the 8 hour, the RSI is at the bottom. At the 12 hour, the RSI is at the bottom. So you have larger time frame RSIs at the bottom with a nice little correction to the downside. So can we get the bounce? You know, I don't use the RSI as an indicator to trade with. It's just interesting to note because now you look at the 1 hour, you're like, well, it's at the top. Okay, this is why I don't like RSIs. But it's interesting to note that the larger time frame RSIs are at the bottom. So is it going to give us that pop here to the upside? Only time will tell. I mean, even looking at Coty over here, it can still come down to the 786. Find support here above the highs, which is still a bullish bounce. Okay, let me go and have a look at ETH. And remember, guys, if you'd like to come and trade these altcoins with me, the links for the exchanges that I use where you qualify for the biggest sign-up bonuses, lowest trading fees are down in the description. It's also your way to support the channel, right? And Bloffin's got that competition running at the moment of which I'm participating in, where we can win up to $1 million, and it's running until the end of November. So make sure that you use the link to go and register for that competition. Sign up with Bloffin. Use the link down in the description because you also support the channel by doing that, but you also get the biggest sign-up bonuses and lowest fees by using those links. Okay, so it's a win-win situation over there. Okay, Mr. ETH, I have not looked at you in a while, but RSI is also scraping here against the bottom. So let's just take that noise out the way. I'm not a RSI trader. Okay, I'm just not a RSI trader, but it is interesting to have a look at it, like the moon phases. It's interesting to look at it. Not that I trade it, but I do add when I buy my monthly Bitcoin. Guess where I buy? Tomorrow I buy Bitcoin because that's my monthly DCA strategy. Part of part of my monthly when I add to my long-term investment bags. Tomorrow is the day that you add because you're potentially buying at the lowest price. Every time when there's a full moon, go check out that video that I've just shown you. Okay, I speak about that and I've back tested it as well with the calculations. Sorry guys, I'm distracting myself over here. So what I want to do quickly here is just take a flip from the low to the high. Ooh, what a bullish bounce. It's a really, really bullish bounce here for ETH. 0.382, can this be? It has broken trend. So I'm just looking at the trend over here. You guys can see over here. Okay, let's just take stock of where we are. We have broken trend. Massive breakout to the upside. Is this the retracement? Now the question is this retracement enough for this bounce here to the upside? Let's go and work that out. Go back here onto the 1 hour time frame. I want to look at the structure because I mean, in an extreme bull market, your retracements are very shallow. Okay, you can definitely get the bounce here from the 382 and then continue the rampage to the upside. At least it has tapped a major FIP target. At least that's what I look for. When price does this, okay, I get concerned. Why are you not retracing to a proper Fibonacci level? But now also from a timing perspective, what I want to see over here is 1 2 1 2 1 2. There's just so many 1 2s over here. I just want to see if that is a corrective structure here to the upside. Sorry guys, I'm just doing some analysis. No, that is the end of the impulse. So this is the end of the impulse because this can't be an A, B, C to the downside. It went too high. Okay, if it rejected in this zone like link rejected over here, then it can be an ABC flat. But that went too high. So I'm going to take the impulse from that pivot with my time fib. Okay, I just need to snap it on properly. Okay. Right. So good news. Right. And now the question is, that looks like the start of the impulse. Okay. So the low, and this is a little bit concerning for me, but not impossible. When I look at the time of the impulse, so what I'm looking at over here, the time it took the impulse to this point and the time it took the correction, the low was made before the 382, which is considered a minimum retracement target from a timing perspective. Ideally, what you want to see is a 1-to-1 and then we continue. Okay, that's the preferred. Mostly, okay, on some of the altcoins that I've done back testing on, like Link, they prefer this target zone over here, like after the 382, just before the 618, or even after the 618. But this zone is usually a great impulse, correction, and then continuation. It's not often that it goes to the 1-to-1 extension, although that's considered the perfect target. But the one concerning thing for me here at the moment, it's not an invalidation, it's just a little bit concerning, is that this low over there was made before the 382, which tells me that there could still be a potential to come and make another low and then we break out. Okay. It has the potential to do that. Then you have, from a timing perspective, a proper retracement between the 382, 618, then you get the breakout. But it doesn't invalidate the scenario that because the low was made before the 382, that you can't get the bounce to the upside. It just, it's just not nice to see from a technical perspective. Okay. Usually some traders will even argue, because you've made the low before the 382, you increase probabilities of that you are going down lower before you take the high. So maybe you're going to get a fake out and then go and make the low again. Maybe do a proper retest here on the trend that you've broken out. Maybe it comes back down, it does a proper retest, and then it continues. Okay, but then there's that severe bullish case scenario where it front runs. Everyone, from a technical perspective, are waiting for this consolidation area, 618. When you take a fib from the low to the high, this is also, the 618 is right there by the green line. Maybe everyone is waiting for this, and then it just leaves the station and leaves everyone behind. Okay, so basically this is what I see on ETH. This is the trend that I'm tracking, and at the moment, it's not in a trading zone unless you want to be very aggressive with this breakout, okay? Maybe you are very aggressive trying to catch the breakout before the breakout, okay? I'm not trading ETH at the moment. I'm in a couple of other trades. Just want to see something. Okay, cool. Look at ADA, right? Let's look at ADA. Ooh, ADA is exploding. Oh, absolutely exploding here to the upside. Wow. What can I say? It's in a no trading zone at the moment. I mean, what a beautiful bullish pennant. You broke out. I took this trade on ADA, but I closed most of my position over there. and I think I got stopped out because I moved my stop loss up and I got stopped out, but I'm not in the 88 trade anymore. I know Nags here in the live stream. Nags, maybe you are still in the 88 trade because you took this trade with me. I know you took the trade with me, Nags, but I mean, okay, you have a bullish pennant. You broke out, you consolidated in a three-wave structure, you corrected in a three-wave structure, and now it's just, it left the station. So it's in a no trading zone. There's nothing you can do now, right? That was the breakout. You missed it. You missed the breakout. I do not FOMO into trades. If you have a strategy to FOMO into trades, by all means, go ahead. I don't FOMO into trades. If I'm not in that trade, I look for a different trading setup, because I need to have my 3Ws. If I don't have my 3Ws, I don't enter. So now you're just enjoying the momentum here to the upside. From a target perspective, 88 actually looks pretty bullish on the daily time frame. Okay. Oof, oof, oof. I mean, this was quite a nice, bounce. You had a low, you had a high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. You made your first higher low, which means you're possibly changing market structure. You made a higher high. You broke the trend. You consolidated outside. I tracked that momentum, told everyone about that. There's still an all trading setup that I highlighted, most probably in our Legends Discord community. If I go back here onto the 4-hour time frame, okay, here was a trading setup that I highlighted. Basically, you're breaking this trend, play the break of the trend, you target the highs, played out to perfection. Relatively fast stop loss, but the risk to reward still made it worth it. But I mean, now you can see we even went to much higher levels. Okay, but that was the trading setup. So successful trade for those of you that did take this trade. By all, congratulations. You made some nice profits with this trade that I highlighted. But now I think I can take that out the way. It's no longer relevant. So you broke this trend, and now there was just nice little bull flags that you could have played here to the upside. Okay, so when I see strong momentum, there was a couple of trades again that you could have gotten into. This was the trade that you play the breakout before the big breakout. And then if you miss the breakout over here, you track that momentum on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, it gets crazy. Trend lines, fuck guys, you don't understand how powerful they are. Okay, you think you've missed a trade, you can get back in. Look at that beautiful break of trend. You put your stop below the low, you target the high, or you leave some of the position open for higher levels. It just rampage here to the upside. Okay, then again, it slows down. It forms a consolidation. You play the breakout. Again, now it formed a bigger consolidation here to the upside. You had a bullish pennant. We played the breakout. I took most of the, I'm out the trade, but I made a profitable trade. I actually took most of the profits at this pivot over here. And then I moved my stop loss up and I got stopped out. But I still see a nice, beautiful 3-wave corrective structure. You track that momentum, you play the breakout. Now, what you do now is you wait. That's what you do now. You wait for another consolidation, and perhaps you will get a trend where you can play the breakout and you know where to put your stop loss. You know why you are entering, and you know where to take profits. Okay, if I don't have the 3Ws, I don't enter the trade. And if you'd come and if you'd like to come and trade Mr. ADA here with me after the consolidation, remember down in the description of this video is where I have all the exchanges that I use to do my daily trading. Okay. World Series of Trading. War of the World. War of the Whales. War of the Whales on Bluffin still has 26 days left. Okay. Use the link down in the description to go and register and come trade with me. What else? What else? Dot. What's your opinion about Dot? Have I not gone through? I have got Mr. Boss. I've already gone through Dot. Just rewind the live stream. I've already gone through it. BTC check. Yes, let's check BTC. That 1 hour candle closed below. That's what I'm saying. Is this, I kind of get that feeling. Is this a bear trap? A bull trap? What is it? A bear trap or a bull trap? But is it a trap? Can it like to be a little bit of a trap? Okay, this looks extremely bearish on the 1 hour time frame. And then we go and claim it and we just break out. How crazy would that be? Okay, how crazy would it be? Because on the 15-minute time frame, it still looks bullish. I've just, legends, I mean, game of probabilities for me is when I see this on the 15-minute time frame, it's about 8 out of 10 times, okay, that you still get continuation even with a retracement. But that, I must say, the 1 hour time frame candle looks pretty bearish, okay? I want to see what CVD is doing. Let's just refresh it over here. Oh, bearish CVD is starting to form. Bearish CVD is starting to form on yellow. Okay, so there's a slight chance that we can continue momentum here to the downside. Legend, Peanut, please. Oh God, is it that meme coin that got launched? Okay, I will go and have a look at Peanut. Is that the ticker? Peanut? I don't know. Is that the ticker? Let me quickly have a look at Peanut. I think Andy spoke about this one as well yesterday. Peanut, USDT. I mean, how do you analyze this? This is a new meme coin, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. I trust the lower time frames first. Okay. Peter, you trust the lower time frames first. By all means, okay? It's all just a game of probabilities. The lower time frame, and specifically the 15-minute time frame, I have backtested the 15-minute time frame in terms of levels. When I see this on the 15-minute time frame, there's a higher probability that price is going to continue in that direction. But I have to just throw that in there. When I've tested the levels on the 1 hour time frame, the probabilities are even higher that when you leave a wick behind, you're going to find downwards momentum. So it's now the one probability fighting against the other probability. And now we have slight bearish CVD building up here at the moment as well. Okay, ever so slight bearish CVD. I mean, obviously taking that pivot will invalidate the bearish CVD. So you want this bearish CVD to be invalidated. Can you see here? We've not claimed this high just as yet, and Bybit is moving up. So you're either going to swing failure from the highs and fall down, or you're going to claim it properly and get some momentum back to the upside. So it's not an easy trade. It's really not an easy trade, because from a trend line perspective, what you want to see before I enter along is I want to see, and I mean it's bullish from a trend line perspective as well. Okay, if you play the break of trend and you don't have the daily level, you wait for a bullish close on the 15-minute time frame, which tells you that even with a retracement, you're most likely going to continue to the upside. And even from a trend line perspective on the 1 hour time frame, when I had to see this, I would most likely exit the position. That's what I would have done here on Bitcoin. And yes, it can definitely, it's now the one probability playing against the other probability, but the 1 hour time frame does have higher probability, unfortunately. Okay, so let's hope that the 15-minute probability plays out and we do find upwards momentum to come and claim the high. But to the downside, right, legends, these are the juicy long levels that I'm still keeping an eye on. If price does decide to fall down 1-to-1 extension, it's also, there's so much confluence. I need to go into the 15-minute time frame for this. Sorry, guys, I will go and look at that Peanut in a moment, but for me at the moment, it's not in a trading zone. So let me just quickly do this because it's very simple, right? Very, very simple. There's not a lot of data. I will wait for the break of that very horizontal trend, okay, for momentum to the upside. It's not in a trading zone for me at the moment. I would like, just looking at this structure very briefly, okay, you break the trend, you're most likely continuing momentum to the upside. Taking a fib here from the low to the high, I do like the 50% FIB level. So if Mr. Peanut over here finds downwards momentum, for me, that's a load up zone. Find support inside of a consolidation area. I would actually like to see us claim the lows. Maybe you sweep the lows, tap the 618, get acceptance back above. That to me is the golden diamond ticket. That is the golden diamond ticket. Sweep up the liquidity, get the bounce back to the upside. Okay, so that's basic, really fast technical analysis. If we do not come back down, you wait for the break of the trend, because you could just, continue to the upside. So that's my quick and dirty analysis. There's not a lot of price action that I can do proper technical analysis, meaning you are in price discovery, right? So the only other tool you have is a trend-based FIB from the low to the high to the low to try and work out where can this wave go. And we all know that meme coins, they get absolutely explosive to the upside. It is already smashed the 1.618. Next target could be the 2.618. Next target could be the 3.618, like 𝗬𝗍𝗃 has done. Okay, so not much else to analyze on 𝗬𝗃𝗃. Right, so legends, to the downside, this is what I wanted to highlight over here. To the downside is that we do have, I just want to make sure that this is correct, put it there. Okay, to the downside, if we do successfully reject from the zone, because I did tell you the 1 hour time frame does carry slight high probability for me. So that was the short from a 1 hour perspective. Tight stop loss, you're enjoying the momentum to the downside. If we do successfully break down, there's no bullish CVD, because you could still break down from a higher low and then break out again. Okay, but if we do, okay, we just have to play the what if scenario. We do claim the lows. This is the next area of interest at $86,432, because this one-to-one extension, okay, if you go and back test it, once again, great bouncing zone, great bouncing zone. Also has confluence with a value area low and these pivots over here. And then if it does get more aggressive to the downside, 1.236 in confluence with these pivots, and I will treat these lines as swing failure lines. You dip below, you like what happened over here. You dip above, you get acceptance back below, you enter with your stop above the high. You dip below, you get acceptance back above, stop loss, and this could potentially be the trade that goes and claims the high again. So just have to have a plan for the upside and the downside. Okay. Cool. Thank you and love you. Thank you so much. Smash up the like. How many people? 248 people watching. Only 149 likes. Yeah, the like button is as bearish as Bitcoin here at the moment. Yesterday, you told us to show how to adding into positions and exchanges. Can you do it on Bybit, please, sir? Unfortunately, I don't have time to do that today. I want to get the exchange ready. I don't want to show everyone my cash. So I want to sign up with a new exchange, show everyone, and then I will do that. Okay. Unfortunately, run out of time. I'm already here for 2 hours at the moment. So I do apologize. I will do that again. I will do that. Dot, please. I've already gone through Dot. Okay. Legends, it's been an absolute pleasure spending time here with you guys. But that is it from my side today. I've discussed all the probable scenarios. I've gone through multiple altcoins. I know you guys are still asking me for altcoins over here. The last thing I would like to share with you guys over here is that I've been checking out this guy's YouTube channel. Okay. It's part of the Bitcoin Census community, and he delivers, Mr. Matthew over here delivers absolute insane fundamental tech analysis, okay, about Bitcoin. Go and give him a follow. His link is also down in my description. Okay, Matthew, there's his YouTube channel down in the description. Go give him a follow. Go check out a couple of his videos. See what he's on about. The insane alpha that he delivers over here. So he is in the comment section. I do see him here as well. Matthew, you are in the comment section. Can you talk about 𝗬𝗍𝗃𝗃𝗃 and how ugly it looks? Yes. Unfortunately, I have run out of time, but go and check out Mr. CBM. Quite a cool crypto name over here for the channel, right? Go check out his video. He is a new YouTuber, but the alpha that he delivers over here is absolutely insane. I'm really enjoying the content that he's sharing, specifically from a fundamental perspective. Making sense. Is not as technical as the technical analysis that myself and Andy provide, so it's more fundamental, but absolutely insane. Okay. I think most people will understand what he's talking about, where a lot of people don't understand what I'm talking about. So he makes things very simple. Go and check him out. Give him a follow. Right. Thanks, everyone. New one going live in a couple of hours. Absolutely amazing. Can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. Okay. I will definitely be checking them out. Right. Cool, guys. Have a super fantastic weekend. Trade safe. Remember the full moon tomorrow. Remember that full moon tomorrow. Let's see. Maybe this is going to be a trading weekend and not a relaxing weekend. Have an awesome weekend. I'll see you guys in the next one. Just for now.